What's up, everybody? Welcome to Diamond Owl Studios, the #1 place for music reactions. I'm Paper Chase.
And it's the one and only Diamond on One, and we are back with another reaction for you, baby.
Yeah, we're back, and tell them what's on. What's going on, Don?
So today we're going to do a reaction to the Fugees, Killing Me Softly. I mean, this just brings back so many memories. I loved this album when it came out. I just played it on repeat. It was such a good album from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to like the whole album in its entirety, the
100%.
way it was meant to be.
100%. I haven't listened to the Fugees in a while. Like, there's like probably like 5 or 6 songs that I have on like that I continuously listen to that come on in my orifice. Killing Me Softly isn't one of them, but Killing Me Softly is like obviously like everybody
one of the biggest
heard it.
ones.
Yeah, you know, everybody's heard it, and everybody loves Lauryn Hill, and I've loved this song, but I've never seen the video, and I'm kind of excited because I didn't even know there was a video.
Yeah, it was a while back that I like put this album on and was just letting it play, and I forgot like how good the intermissions were, like the little skits that they were doing in between, like the one where he's in the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, I remember that one.
You're a bitch ass, I will kick you.
Yeah, it's been a long time since
Yeah.
I've actually. I really should revisit the whole album.
Yeah. So, anyways, you had never seen the video, and I figured, why not take a trip down memory lane? You know, let's pull up the video. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you always say that word wrong, and you said it right this time.
Memory or memory?
You always say memory lane.
Yeah, I got it right. He was
So
judging
I'm proud
me.
of you. I'm proud of you. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into this.
My pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
Yo,
Yeah.
this is why Clef, Refuge,
Boogie up in here.
cries well. Little bass sitting up here on the bass. While I'm on this roast, I got my girl L. One time. Hey yo, L, you know you got the lyrics.
I heard he sang a good song. I heard he had a style. And so I came to see him and listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, stranger to my eyes, strumming my pain with his fingers,
One time,
singing my life with his words,
2 times.
killing me softly with this song, killing me softly with this song, telling my whole life with his words, killing.
Bro, I love this, man. First off, I kind of forgot Lauryn. Because I haven't really like watched that many videos. Lauryn Hill, I forgot she's kind of like a baddie, dude.
For sure. For sure. I think every young man had a crush on her when the song came out. And
Well, this song came out way before my time.
I said, when the song came out, every young man. As a baby, you were not crushing on anything but your baba.
I mean, I was getting titties back then when I was a baby.
That is true. That is true.
But,
Fun fact: our guy here, Proswell,
Mhm.
I think he may be going to prison for illegal campaign contributions. Allegedly.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I read something the other day. It was like, oh, Pros from the Fugees. We may have to look it up at the end of this, but I was like, damn.
Yeah, you might just be throwing false accusations out there like crazy.
I mean, come on. What else do you come to the
So
channel
yeah,
for?
it's been a while since I've listened to the Fugees, and honestly, I always like listened to them, but I never like I didn't grow up in this culture, so I didn't like know any of them. So I know like Pros, Lauryn Hill, Wyclef.
Yeah.
Who else?
That was
it?
it.
Just
It was
those
the
three?
three of them.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know if there was anybody else in it or.
Yeah, I mean, all went on to kind of be successful in their own right in
Mhm.
different fields,
Well, Lauryn Hill too was like huge, iconic.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of her solo music is incredible.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, let's get back into it.
Whole life with his words killing me softly with his song. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed that he would finish, but he just kept right on, strumming my pain with his fingers,
One time,
singing my life with his words,
2 times,
killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
Yo, Elwood, take me to the bridge.
Strumming my pain with his fingers. Yes, he was singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life.
Yeah, there were some cameos in there too. I saw De La Soul.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that was a banger. I mean, I love that song. I mean, it's pretty simple. I know it's a remake, right?
Roberta Flack, I think, did the original.
Okay, because I've never heard that, but yeah, I mean, that song's a classic, man. That was definitely awesome to watch that video. I mean, I feel like it was a time capsule.
Yeah, it's so funny to think like that was my music and now it's the oldies.
It's the oldies.
That's crazy. It's crazy to think.
I mean, I remember even when I was listening to it when I was young, I was like, this. I felt like it was the oldies.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, you know.
Yeah.
But now it's like really the oldies. It's like,
What's your favorite Fugees song?
ooh, I don't know. I'd have to listen to the album again.
Your I mean, you probably have a far more extensive discography than I do of them.
Yeah, I mean, really, this album in general, like I said, was kind of like just great to listen to from start to finish. There isn't a ton of albums that you could just put on and like listen to the whole thing. And like I said, like at that time in hip hop, it was kind of a thing. I think it might have been, was it like Prince Paul that pioneered doing like skits and in between like songs? Because that was something that was big during the 90s where people like started like doing like little skits and interludes. So in between the songs, they would have like, you know, different little story that was like a through line or little characters. So, you know, it was kind of innovative for the time. And I remember that, you know, I forgot about it. Like I said, I'd listened to the songs and I put the album on and I was just letting it play. And I just remember like the little snippets coming on and just like laughing. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot all about this. Like, you know, which is such like a key part to the album is like having those little pieces. You know, back in the day, it's like that's what you would do. You would just put a CD in. You don't want to have to go and like switch it out.
Yeah.
Or you'd make mix CDs. And so there was some standouts.
Stuck listening to that. And you're like, damn, this
and a
is
lot of them,
kinda
it was like, there
interesting.
was just like one or two good songs.
Yeah.
So that was it. It was like, okay, there's a couple songs that I like, but the rest of the album is so-so. This was kind of one of those albums that had playability where you could kind of just like put it on and just let it ride.
Yeah, I remember because I mean, I got into hip hop when I was like when I was a kid, like nobody that I was around, like nobody really listened to hip hop. Like unless you're in that kind of culture where everybody's listening to it, like nobody. I didn't start probably listening to hip hop until I was like 9 or 10, and I remember one of the first like female rappers that I was like, holy shit, she's really good, was Lauryn Hill. Like I heard like Lil Kim, I heard some other people, but I never really got into it. And then I remember like hearing her on, I can't remember the song name, and I should, like the la la la, it's the way that we rock when we doing our thing. When she rapped on that song, I was like, I could like rap, to this day I can rap every single word she did. I remember just like being like, dude, this is the shit.
Well, even at the time, I mean, she was well respected. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, like I was a super big, into lyrics and lyricism. And so, there wasn't a lot of female artists that I personally respected. And I think a lot of people in, music, like you had your Little Kims, but a lot of, like hip hop heads, the backpacker crowd was like not really kind of feeling that. It was like, yeah. It's okay, but we're not really trying to hear that. You know what I mean? But Lauryn Hill got respect. I mean, everybody was like, oh, you got to give her props, But part of it was like the subject matter. It was like, okay, she's not on some BS, so you had to give it to her.
Yeah, definitely. And some of her solo songs, and she's obviously an incredible singer. So,
and she was really the pros allegations.
The what?
Make sure that I'm not said. Should we look up the pros allegations so I'm not spreading fake news? Let the people look it up.
Let us know, yeah. But wasn't Lauryn Hill also like a huge activist? Like,
yeah, I think she, I think a lot of artists at that time were political, like before being political was cool.
But you know how you have like Tupac, who was like a huge activist. He was like, that's what his whole shit was about. Like I feel like Lauryn Hill was kind of similar. Like
I mean, that's the allegation, is that the hip hop artists that were around in the 90s were too political, too conscious, too woke before woke was a thing, and that's why we have a lot of the hip hop that we have nowadays, is because they wanted to kill it. They were like, dude, we can't let this. I mean, I remember, this is a tangent, but like when I referenced like Yo MTV Raps, and I was like, yeah, what do you know about J. Rue the Damager? So like, these artists were talking like conscious, like mind expansion, meditating, eating healthy, like all of this stuff was like on MTV, and it was like big. And so there were artists that I was just like, damn, like, that were dropping. Public Enemy, like, KRS-One was on Yo MTV Raps, and he was talking like, politically motivated, conscious, like hip hop. And then there was a shift. And they like kind of killed it, and that stuff stopped being played. And then you saw a distinctive shift where like Puffy took over and a bunch of these other artists. And, as somebody who witnessed all of that happen, we were like kind of angry. We were like, what is this garbage? Like, it was like we had this, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Common. Like there was all these artists that were like, producing conscious, like smart, lyrical hip hop, and it was in the mainstream. It was played on MTV, it was played on the radio, and then it just like stopped.
That's crazy.
It just stopped. Like, and it's weird because when I see that, that's why there's literally conspiracies about it that's saying that they literally like killed it because they were like, no, we can't have this. Whether you buy into that or not, I just know that around the time I was alive for it, and I felt like it happened. I was like, what happened to all this good music? Like people loved it. And you mean to tell me that the appetite for it just disappeared, and like now all we're being fed is like all this other stuff?
Right. It's crazy. Let us know what you guys think about that in the comments. That's pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But hey, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we did. If you had a good time, make sure to drop a like. And if you want to join us on this journey of discovering new music, old music, everything in between, hit that subscribe button. Don't wait till later. Subscribe right now.
Yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.